This is the Sports Game Podcast with Paul Catalina. We are out man on the streeting it today at one of the coolest places in Waco, Bankston's Sports Cards and Collectibles. We're going to see some of the cool stuff they have in here, talk about how the industry has changed, and I'm going to do some psychological evaluations of the staff. Come on in. Sports Game Podcast with Paul Catalina here at Bankston's in Waco. Brent Bankston, longtime friend of mine. We are competitors.
We are.
For
Fantasy
6 months
football.
of the year. Fantasy football. We've been
Absolutely.
in the league for a long time.
We have. Good friends going way back.
Yeah, so we go way, way back. And with this new podcast, Brent, we kind of want to just do everything that's sports adjacent or in the world of it. Card collecting has rejuvenated over the last 5 years.
Yeah,
and after COVID, dramatically. One of the things I think is wild, and I was asking some of your staff about this, is the thing that's really helped it is this Willy Wonka business model that they have. Prize. Where, you know, we just had a Cooper flag pulled, I think it was in the Northeast.
That's right, Maine.
In Maine, yeah. So lobster and that Cooper flag card.
Apparently, big time.
Big time.
So you can pull a $200, $300, $400 box of cards, buy it. If you're fortunate, you may win the lottery prize, may have a gold patch, a premier patch, a rookie patch, and those things are one-of-ones typically, and can be millions of dollars. And so that's what's exciting a lot of people. This is kind of this lottery prize thought process. So not only are they cool cards, but you're also getting something that now the league is interested in. Those players are interested in. We've kind of raised this group of kids who now understand it. You know, when you and I were kids and Mike Schmidt was told about a baseball card, he'd be like, But now, you know, if it's Cooper Flag or Shohei Ohtani, they're pretty intrigued by their own cards.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, you know, somewhat in their minds a glorification of themselves, or is it just really cool? I think it's both.
Yeah, and like it was like the cool thing. I think once guys had one, they probably had their moment. Was like, oh, I'm on a baseball card finally.
Right. Then I'm gonna go be a pro. Yeah.
But then, like once you're on 100 of them, it's not that big of a deal because it only matters to the people who collected those things or the kids who bring you to autograph them. But it's a very different thing. And there were times in the industry where I'm sure you were like, well, do I have to shrink this part of it down? Did you ever get to that point where you're like, well, we just maybe need to put this to a little corner part of the store and then?
Through our 41 years, it's been always kind of adapting. And so, yes, you know, when the strike happened in '94 and there was no World Series, I think that was a big deal. And obviously when Sosa and McGuire really brought the industry back in '98, we were riding that wave up, whereas previously it was a wave down. You know, the White Sox and the Expos were like, these are kind of the pseudo champions. These are, the, you know, I remember those kind of times. And so, yes, the industry has gone through fluxes and ebbs and flows, if you will. And for us, we always are very quick to pivot and adapt. We rely upon a lot of things. If it's baseball cards or comic books or toys or Star Wars or gaming or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic, we have to adapt to those very things to be successful. Waco is one of those unique markets that we can't be just one autonomous thing. We can't just be sports. We have to be a lot of different things to a lot of different people because we want everybody in the family to enjoy our store and really enjoy what we do. And so that's kind of the dynamic. So your point's valid. We like to say there's more legs on our table, which makes our table more stable. So therefore, at times we did have to kind of, okay, we're going to focus on Star Wars because that's the hot thing. Or we had to focus on gaming. I never anticipated all the pistons firing simultaneously. And right now they're all firing simultaneously.
Yeah, because Pokemon's a huge deal.
Huge.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a huge deal. You know, Star Wars is never going to stop being a huge deal.
Right. So a family comes in on Saturday and half the team goes that way and half the team comes this way, and then there's the mom and the daughter and they're kind of like, do you have a coffee? I'm like, yeah, next door at King's Landing. And that's kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah. So with the impending, you mentioned '94, the impending lockout, which right now looks like it's going to happen. Does that maybe not scare you as much because it's not just baseball cards anymore? Basketball cards people care about in a way that like they never did before. Ever.
Sure. And I think that's on point. I think football and basketball and the Topps reacquiring those licenses has given us a little more stability versus '94 when baseball kind of nosedived. We were looking to football and basketball and we really weren't supported heavily by those sports yet. Now those are big. In fact, you can make the case during season that football is probably just as bigger, and then baseball and basketball take on their respective roles within those seasons. Emotion really pushes that.
It's become interesting because I remember I was at the card show in Arlington Arlington in 1990 when they launched Upper Deck. It was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
I still have like the
promo card.
The promo
Is it
card.
Dwayne Bice or
No,
Wally
it was
Joyner?
just a card with a basketball on it. Like the launch card that like walked in and gave you, and you're like, oh wow.
That was actually at 90 Skybox.
90, yeah.
That was 90 Skybox. That was the first year Skybox came out.
Yeah.
Upper Deck was the year before, and they did Dwayne Bice and Wally Joyner. They're their promo cards. But yes, those promo cards were huge. Like people love those things.
Yeah, so they were essentially, you walked around, if you went to a booth, they'd be like, hey, we have this great set of basketball cards for literally a quarter. It was like a pack. Like you could get a Michael Jordan. You're like, I don't know, I mean, hell, it's quarter. Like,
let's do it.
Here we go, Magic Johnson, great. And then you never really thought anything of it because like the only things that had any value at all, and those are the things that would be like $50, like not like 500, 5,000, whatever.
Sure.
Like you had to be an all-time great.
Sure. Yeah, people who collect, they find their guys.
Yeah.
Like, there might be obscure players that are kind of those gritty players, and people collect. I mean, it's all over the board. So people identify, much like any other sport. You know, if it was a Rusty Greer for the Rangers, or if it was a Kenny Gant for the Cowboys, we identified with certain players. And now the sports have responded. So those guys have cards and autographs and inserts and swatches of material put on cards, and the most obscure players. And people love those things. So they can identify with those guys. So it's a big deal.
Okay, so you're not just cards here. One of the things I love about your story is you have all kind of memorabilia. I would like to go over and play a game with you in this section over here. So I would like to play a game called Dead or Alive. So as you see up here, like Reggie White, no longer with us.
Yep.
Lou Gehrig's
disease.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So Mickey Mantle and Hank Aaron, all no longer with us. So I'm looking across the board here and I see like, okay, these three guys are alive. Mike Allstott, very much alive.
Yep.
Biggio's alive.
Yep.
Archie Manning's alive. Drew Pearson's alive.
Yep.
Warren Spahn's dead.
Dead.
Is that Duke Snider over there?
Duke Snider, passed.
He's dead. Pete Rose is dead.
Yep, recently.
Okay, so Brent is going to reach back. We'll do this a couple times, and we're going to pull something, and we'll see if it's a live guy or a dead guy.
All right.
Okay.
So randomly going to pull something from the wall. Oh, this is David Thompson.
David Thompson from a breakfast or luncheon.
Yeah.
At
David
the Red
Thompson,
Lion
famous
Inn.
NBA player.
Yeah.
I'm going to say alive.
I think he's alive.
I think he is alive.
Yeah.
We're going David Thompson.
We're
We're not certain on that one.
We're not certain on that one.
We started with a bump there.
Yeah, we did. No, it's fine. Look, this is what it's for. David Thompson at the Red Lion Inn, where my grandfather, this was his favorite place to eat. He is 72 years young. He is alive.
He's alive
and well. Okay.
Have no idea who this is. Johnny Cucks. Kucks. I'm going to say passed.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Johnny Cucks, which is a very unfortunate name.
Yeah.
And he died in 2013.
There we go. We were right on that.
All right, let's do one more.
Well, I'll let you grab. What you grab?
Let's see. We're gonna grab here and
there we go. Bill Consuelo. I'm gonna say passed.
He died in 2008. So
there we
dead
go.
Guy.
Bill has passed.
So even though look, this $29, right?
$29 for Bill. A
Here's
Boston Red Sox fan would love this.
But you're never But see, some of these guys, the dead guys, look, this Mickey Mantle thing right here.
There's Archie Manning, who's alive.
Yeah.
Emmett Smith, fortunately alive.
Yeah.
Leonard Wilkins. Lenny Wilkins is still alive.
He's alive. Lenny Wilkins is a good one right here.
Yeah. Oh, Jose Canseco, alive.
Alive, yes. In spite of his own best efforts.
That's right.
To make his own body explode. Here's one I was wondering about. You have Ken Caminiti over here.
Passed.
He is passed. Jose Cabrera, he's alive.
I think so.
Yeah, he's alive.
Obscure Houston Astros, not my strength.
Yeah. No,
Derek Bell, alive.
Yeah.
Hampton, alive. Henry, I'm going to say alive.
Yeah.
Chris Truby, yes. Carlos Villalobos. I do not know that answer.
No, let's see. Richard Hidalgo's alive. But see, like, if you are, and here's the thing, it's not all stuff. That's the great thing about collectibles is not everything's going to be that Cooper flag.
Yeah, Tara Lipinski.
Yeah, she's alive. Texas Sports Hall of Famer, as a matter of fact.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joe Namath, alive. Luke Appling, I think, passed.
Yeah, I mean, look at that swing. He's got to be. So this is a cool thing right here. So for children of the 80s, these were
iconic guys. Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, George Brett, and Wade Boggs.
One of them is very wrongfully not in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I know that his stats are like right on the cusp, but
you think he's a Veterans Committee guy, maybe eventually?
I think so. And here's the other thing: he was the best first baseman of that era.
Yeah.
So I think that that's what determines things. Now, granted, batting title.
Sure.
Almost hit 400. Almost hit 400.
Sure.
Didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little bit different. But
when this was made, I would not have thought that this would be the guy left out. I mean, honestly, this guy was earth-shattering, changing. Steinbrenner drafted him because he was a football guy, right?
Yeah.
And so because he was a football guy, he was taken late in the draft, and he went on to become one of the greatest players in Yankees history.
Yeah.
So Donnie Baseball,
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, these three guys are in the Free Drinks Club in their respective.
They are.
Wade Boggs in 3 cities, in New York, Boston, and Tampa.
Tampa.
Where he lives.
That's right.
Still to this day, and he's jacked. So when it comes to the older cards now, like in this stuff in memorabilia, what kind of customer comes in to get that stuff?
If you'd asked me that 2 or 3 years ago, it's typically a guy in his 60s who's building sets and he wants certain cards. But now, because of the demand, people want Mickey Mantles. It might be an 8-year-old who wants a Mickey Mantle. I've had 10-year-olds walk in and say, I want Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's rookie card. That's what's going on. So these GOATs, right now we're in the industry where Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, all these guys are in high demand. And it's from not necessarily older people, it's younger people. So I think as the sport has grown and this industry has grown, I think people are starting to identify these guys will always be in demand. So scarcity is always going to be sought after and respected. So if you have a short printed Brady rookie or a short printed Gretzky rookie or a short printed Jordan card, I mean, people are buying 90s Jordan inserts from our childhood right now because they see that the marketplace is enjoying and savoring those. And so social media has provided this exposure to stuff that they never would have known about.
So before we started this, a man came in here and he had an album full of basketball cards and some Jordan stuff.
86 Fleer basketball set.
86 Fleer basketball set, which is Jordan's rookie.
Jordan's rookie card.
So automatically valuable.
Absolutely.
In some regard.
Yeah, minimum of probably 8,000 to 10,000 minimum, and then can go from there.
And that's just, and he had it in like a
sleeve. Like he said when he was a kid, he made the set, he put it in there, he walked in, he said, hey, I have this set, what should I do next? And so that was part of our job, is to guide people.
So like, and you're not always going to be like, all right, 10,000 on the barrelhead here, let me get my checkbook. A lot of times it's, you have to send them off to.
Yeah, so, well, for him, I wanted the opportunity to educate him. And so you're building a relationship. And so I want people to know, hey, yes, we could pay you for it, and that's one way to go about it. And if your situation dictated that, like I need to sell this now, we can abide by that. But if you're not in that situation, then our goal is to get the most for you. So the truth of that is, let's get it slabbed by PSA or whoever, and then once that grade comes back, if it's an 8, an 8.5, a 9, or a 10, then we know that, hey, we can take this to market and get you the most for it. And so it's just the way we do business, is that I want to be fortuitous for them and us. And the best way to do that sometimes is to back away from it and say, let's get this thing, because I know that card needs to be slabbed because it becomes very marketable and very strategic once it's in that slab.
What's the process of getting it slabbed?
Several different companies run different ways. PSA is usually the biggest name and the most known. So PSA stands for Professional Sports Authenticator. And they're out of Newport Beach, California. So that process is us putting it in a particular holder, because they require it go in a specific holder, and then submit it to them via, I guess, a submission. And so we have to go online in a queue, and we have to submit it, and then they tell us what the cost is going to be. And then this is the crazy thing. If it comes back higher than what we think, they will upcharge us on the fees. So it's typically $80 to $135, $150, depending on what card it is, especially a high dollar card. And then if it comes back a higher grade, they're going to charge you 3% of what the market is. Sounds really shady, and we're not necessarily all on board for that, but the reality is that's the marketplace, because that card in a PSA holder is going to have huge upside, and that's what I'm telling them.
So I have a whole binder full of Michael Jordan cards, of King Griffey Jr., of Bo Jackson's been kind of my thing, because like, I don't know how popular he is right now, but he's legendary status. I mean, you have Bo right there. Yes.
Alive,
very alive. In fact, Andrew can tell you he almost got choked out at the Super Bowl because I was so excited. He was right next to us, and I was like, Andrew, it's Bo Jackson. It's Bo Jackson. He goes, will you let go? I'm like, no, I can't let go. I was trying to get him on the show, and the people told me no, but I was just like, he's right there. He's my favorite athlete of all time. That's the one I would have been like, he would have sat down and would have been like, like, hey. So like, what's it like being awesome? Like, I'm sorry about your hip. It broke my heart almost as much as it broke yours. But so I bring those in, and then like I would just leave it with you, and then we communicate, or do I?
Usually
we
hand it on the premise at the time.
Okay.
Typically on those kind of situations, and we were going to guide you and say, hey, just like in his set, that's 132 cards plus 11 stickers. We looked through them all and very quickly, and I was like, look, that one and that one. So the Jordan sticker and the Jordan rookie card are the two cards that you want to grade. He said, what about the others? The barcode Barkley, no. The Malone, no. Because the cost to grade them is so prohibitive. It's starting at $75 to $125, $135, $150. It doesn't make sense to grade those right now. I told him that. I said, hey, in months, maybe a year, when the prices come back down for PSA, it might make sense to grade the Barkley and grade the Malone, the Bird, and the Magic, and the Jabbar. But at this time, let's just grade those two.
Yeah.
And then in your case, if you brought in a binder, we'd look through it and say, hey, this is a key card. This is a key card. Maybe this card here, this black and white.
Yeah.
So you have to make
a bunch of those. Yeah.
You have to make a call based upon the merits of the card.
Yeah.
Not every card needs to be graded.
Yeah.
But key cards can benefit you because they may come back. If this came back at 10, you can sell it for around $200.
Yeah.
As we sell it like this, about $20.
Yeah.
So you see the disparity.
Yeah.
So online is its own marketplace versus here in the store, or you go to a card show, that's a different marketplace.
Yeah.
So you have to think through and process, does this card merit spending extra money of your hard-earned money and getting it graded? Sometimes it doesn't deserve that.
How does the digital aspect of this now affect you? You know, there are companies where you pay $25, you rip a pack online. If you like the card, they'll send it to you. If you don't, you sell it back to them for a loss, but you still at least maybe only out $11 as opposed to $25.
Sure. What I've realized is that the more we go into this digital age, more people are responding and wanting the real in-person touch.
Okay.
And so for us, it's benefited us. Now, I can't speak for all dealers across the nation or across the globe, but that does act as an intro or a exposure for a lot of people. So they're like, man, I've been on TikTok, I've been on whatnot, I've been on these breaks, I've been on, Firehand, I've been going through these things. Tell me more. And so usually that's a good entry point for them.
So it's kind of like building a McDonald's, a Whataburger, a Wendy's, and a Burger King all right in one cholesterol corner, right? Like it just, it's going to benefit each other because it's technically competition, but you guys are not swimming in the same waters.
No, and everybody has their own DNA.
Yeah.
I mean, we do something different. That's why I have to tell our staff when we hire new people, we do it a little bit differently than most people. We're not about the end dollar. It's important to us, but that's a measure. We want to provide an environment, a customer service oriented experience. When you bring your nephews in, I want them to have a great time.
Yeah.
And I want all our, because we have guys that grew up in here who now bring their kids because they're growing up in this. We're selling something more than just the item. The item is important, but it's also an experience. And so everybody does it a little bit differently, and that's our DNA.
Yeah.
But the guy that sets at the card show, good for him. Guy that does the breaking online, great for him. This is what we do. Now, does that mean we won't go into that? Maybe. But right now, we are full tilt in what we're doing right now.
Now, do you guys do shows from time to time?
Yeah. We do. Yeah. We just did the card show that was this past weekend. We also did Bell County Comic Con. We typically stay in the region because we're a living, breathing, interactive commercial. Yeah. And so we want to build this. Yeah. For 41 years, we've done it that way. So for us, this is most important. Now, if I sold my soul and wanted to be just an online guy, I guess I could do that, but that's just not who I am.
No, I mean, well, and part of me thinks where's the fun in that?
Sure.
Like just you sitting alone.
Yeah.
And
in a pit of despair.
And somebody sending you a message going like, hey,
sure.
I have a 58 mantle. Tell me about it. Or can you give me a 58 mantle? Then I got to go back to my little.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, and we do have a online department, but it's typically a very small percentage of our sales, and it's usually stuff that we've had the chance to display here and someone didn't really want, or we couldn't move it, so we'll move it out there. I'll never forget, we had a Mark Kotze card that was numbered to like 10. Well, it sat in the store for 2 years, and finally I sold it to some guy. I think at the time he was with the Marlins, so I sent it to Florida. Those are kind of things we can move out there, but typically we want the customers to enjoy. And I always tell these guys, if our well doesn't have fresh water in it, why is he even going to come to the well?
Yeah.
So we want people to come and enjoy the fresh water that we have. So when they put jerseys up or new baseballs out or new photos or alive guys or dead guys or whatever they may be, we're constantly trying to infuse new energy into our store so that when the next guy comes in, he's like, oh, I remember that thing, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So because we think our store is awesome and we want people to enjoy that.
Yeah. All right. So you have a pretty good big staff here. You got a lot of guys. I'm going to play a game with them now where I'm going to take some of your guys. You're going to take me to an item in the store. Your comic book people and your sports card people, and they're going to pick an item that speaks to them or that's their favorite item, and I will tell you what it tells me about them.
Got it.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'm with Andrew here at Bankston's. He's going to show me an item that's his favorite thing, and I'm going to tell Brent what that means about him and his personality and his hopes and dreams. Okay, Andrew, what is it?
My favorite card in the whole store will be the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card as a huge Mariners fan.
Okay, so what that means to me is that you have an appreciation for the greats, that you'll run into a wall in spite of everything else. Also, it means that you have spent most of your life perpetually disappointed about baseball.
That is very true.
Yeah. So, like, as happy as you could be, you're not that yet.
Yep, that is true.
But here's the good news about that, Andrew. One day you will be.
Maybe.
Because it will happen eventually. It will. You have to believe it will. Because if not, you just live in peril. So your day's coming. Your day's coming.
Someday.
Someday, that's coming. So there you go. Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, that's one of my favorites. So going for still about $100 right now, or PSA graded $100.
Well, we have two. One's 5,000.
Oh, okay.
And one is 100. So
Okay.
Yes.
5,000, okay.
Autographed.
Okay. There we go. Well, that would be one of my favorites too. Okay, I'm here with Chris. He has got his favorite item. Chris, tell us what this is.
This is the G.I. Joe USS Flag. It was an aircraft carrier made for G.I. Joe action figures. It was released in the early 80s. I had one when I was a kid, and it was too big to fit in the house, so it was put in the pool with a raft around it to support the weight. And it was destroyed, and now I get to relive my childhood by looking at this every day.
So this is this $5,000? Is that what it's? Okay, because it's very rare.
It retailed for $110 when it was new.
I remember it, and I remember thinking, like, if they would only let me, and they were like, but where?
Yeah.
But where?
Look at the size of it.
No, it's
7'3".
Yeah, 7'3". So that's
same height as Shaq.
So that's Shaq. Who was your favorite G.I. Joe character?
I'd have to go with Zartan.
Zartan. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what this tells me about you is you are very meticulous.
Okay.
Very dedicated to your hobbies.
Okay.
Obviously, you work here. That's probably not much, but also it probably took you a minute to get married.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah. So there we go. Oh no. Welcome in, folks. Please come on in. I know my own kind. Okay. I can sniff it out.
Yeah.
This is amazing. If I wanted to like just go full tilt into G.I. Joes, how hard would it be for me to build back up my collection from my youth?
It depends on what your bank account looks like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hard. Yeah. So these are there's some value.
Yes.
In
Yes.
this.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I really wish they would bring back the cartoon.
Yeah.
I think it would do well. Also, Sergeant Slaughter was at that
Yes.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And we thought we were going to get an interview with him.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted him to do knowing is half the battle, but for middle-aged people like us.
Okay.
Like, hey, don't get involved in crypto. If you can't touch it, it's not money. But we didn't get him. We got Ferrigno, which
Wow.
was choice one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Cool.
I'll take it for sure. Come on in.
Welcome in.
Yeah. Just on a podcast, don't worry about it. But yes, Chris, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing like 7-year-old me with this would have had everybody decked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then maybe some Cobra guys.
Yeah.
Swoop it
Yeah.
in.
Like swoop it in. Like,
I agree.
I don't know how you get that.
That's
but
what the plan was when we put this together, but
We haven't got there yet.
yeah.
You'll get there. You'll get there. I believe in you. I can't wait to come back and see the finished product. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, now we've got Carter. Carter has a Batman comic here. So Carter, what is this particular Batman?
So this one is a vintage Batman book, issue 200th anniversary issue, and it's signed by several people. Signed by Adam West and Brent Ward from the '66 Batman TV show. It's signed by the artist Neil Adams, which is one of the Batman greats. It's also signed by Val Kilmer, who played Batman in Batman Forever.
Yeah,
and
that guy.
also there's one from the 40s.
Yeah, the black and white.
The black and white
Serials.
serials. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some posters of that. Like
do you?
The serials?
Yeah. My
This
wife.
this guy would have been Robin back in the day, so he was the original Robin.
Okay. Yes, that car was not all that cool as a Batmobile. I've watched them. It's not all that cool. Okay, so this is a little tougher one. Okay, you're a Batman guy, so I'm gonna guess this is just because I'm also a Batman guy that you're mad that we haven't seen more Dick Grayson stuff in live action.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. We haven't seen more Dick Grayson stuff. They get too fascinated with these other Robins. Like, they got to go with the OG. I'm going to guess that your favorite Batman is either Adam West or Michael Keaton.
You're correct.
Okay,
Oh!
which one is it?
Tough. He split.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. Well, they're very different. They're very different. Every Batman's a snowflake unto itself that is different.
I'm not partial to any particular Batman. I like all Batman, anything Batman.
And then because you're a Batman fan, every car you've ever driven just doesn't feel like what you want it to be, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, because you like, again, every time I get in my car, it's not a Batmobile. I'm a little mad at the car, or my parents for not being generationally wealthy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad they made it. Don't get me wrong, but like, didn't get to see the murder in the street. That would have been bad. But it's okay. There we go. All right. Yes, this is awesome. What is this retail for?
We have this one at $850 right now.
Oh,
it's kind of estimated. Signatures haven't been verified, but I'm pretty confident on.
Either way, it's cool looking. It's so cool looking. So if you're a Batman fan, have $800 lying around.
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Man, he wrote Batman Forever. He wanted people to forget. Hey, I remember this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not George Clooney.
My Batman was only medium bad,
Yeah.
not all bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Batman comic right there. Amazing. All right, I'm here with Bobby. He has a Ghostbusters role-playing game. Bobby, tell me why this is your favorite item in the store.
So this is a really interesting relic. I'm very passionate about tabletop role-playing games. This is an interesting relic from a very experimental period in history where people were just kind of trying all sorts of weird stuff. This is developed by Chaosium. They're really well known today for being the publishers and developers behind the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. And this is a very comedically focused role-playing game. It's got this heavy focus on fake bureaucracy and filling out paperwork that is just absolutely hilarious. There's a channel called Quinn's Quest that's dedicated to playing and reviewing ancient role-playing games, and this is just, I haven't played it myself, but listening to it, it's just a hoot and a half, and having like this actual artifact is just so cool.
What year is this from?
This is 86.
86, so 2 years post Ghostbusters. 2
Yes,
years.
sir.
Okay, I need to ask you just a couple of questions. Who is the best Ghostbuster?
I mean, I gotta go with whoever Bill Murray is.
Dr. Venkman.
Dr. Venkman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Venkman, okay. By the way, I've out-nerded the role-playing guy for just 1 second.
Yes, you have.
For just 1 second. Okay.
I'm very prone to brain farts.
That's fine. That's fine. You are someone, I bet you are a pretty voracious reader when you read things. Like, you tear through them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you sit down and, like, something has to stop you from reading. Like, nothing like, I'm only going to read a chapter. That's not what you do. I'm going to read until I'm hungry or have to pee, right?
Infamously so, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, there we go. Okay, the other thing I would tell you, knowing some of your role-playing games, is outside is not your favorite place.
Not at all.
See, there we go. Okay. You didn't know the Ghostbusters all by name, which might have been a brain fart, but I'm going to say that you were born after 1995.
How did you know?
There we go. Boom, three
This
for
guy's
three right
psychic.
there. Yes, but Bobby, I'll party with you, buddy.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah, that's right, right there. Here we go. Okay, we got more coming. I'm here with Brandon. Brandon has picked a very unique item here in the store, and very rare, I'm sure. So Brandon, tell us about your item.
It's a signed Kobe Bryant basketball. Very unique, obviously. I feel like I appreciate greatness, and sport of basketball, one of the champions, and I think, it's just pretty cool.
So, all right, now I have to ask you some questions
Okay.
to kind of figure out. Okay, so you appreciate greatness. You clearly, if you're a Kobe fan, you have the Mamba mentality, right? You
Yeah.
work really hard? Do you work really hard?
Of course.
Okay, good. Okay, I could tell. Look, the amount of time you spend on your hair alone, that's patience. That's patience. That's patience. That's a long time in a chair. I know. So you have to have patience. Where do you rank Kobe in the GOAT debate?
I mean, top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah, I
Now, do you believe he has an argument for number 1, or that anybody other than who your number 1 is has an argument for number 1?
Well, I mean, it's a difference because for me, like, I can say I grew up watching Kobe.
Yeah.
I can't say I watched my MJ. So
Yeah.
as far as like watching Kobe and LeBron, that would be a better debate for me to argue in hindsight.
Yeah. Okay, so between Kobe and LeBron, who is it?
Kobe.
It's Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I also respect about you and know about you is you don't have time for LeBron's extracurricular nonsense. And that in general life, when people have drama, you probably are just like, I'm over here, right?
I don't really care.
Okay. I missed one. Did I miss one? I missed one. Okay. All right. I'm trying. You're a tough nut to crack, Brandon. You're a tough nut to crack. You're a tough nut to crack. Also, are you confident, because you mentioned that about Jordan, are you confident enough in your knowledge? Do you not wade into some debates where you're like, look, I didn't see the guy play? Because sometimes people would just be like, no, so-and-so is the greatest, even though you didn't see him play or you didn't know that.
Even if I didn't see him play, I can still go back and watch what he did and just the impact he did. The impact he had on our world, the sport, and everything else he basically impacted, which is shoes, fashion, I mean, everything. The movies, everything that was made that was pulled from him. So, I mean, that speaks for itself.
Yeah, I'm a 46-year-old guy, and I'm not wearing them today, dang it. But I'm usually rocking Jordans.
Yeah.
Like, he was that big in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess this about you. This is the final thing.
Okay.
You are hard to rile up.
Kinda, yeah.
He's very even cute.
Yeah, see,
Even keel.
that's a good quality. I'm easy to rile up. I'm very easy to rile up. See, I need to be more like Brandon. Yes, it is. It's very much so. But yes, okay, so Brandon, hard to rile up. Kobe basketball right there. Don't come, buy it. I mean, obviously I want Brent to make everybody make money, but also when you do, just know that you're gonna make this guy sad because he's not gonna get to see it anymore. I'm here with Bax, and we are in the Star Wars area, which
Here we go.
Bax could be a Star Wars guy right there. Like, that's a good Star Wars name.
Absolutely.
Like Dax was the Star. Yeah,
right.
exactly. That was Luke's friend. So we are in probably, like, outside the sports cards, this would be for me the realm where I feel the most confident. So, like, if you hired me, if I was sitting down and you're like, what do you know? It's like, well, I know sports, and believe me, I know the saga. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Legendary.
Yeah. All right. So you pointed out a very interesting item
There
here.
we go. This is Luke Skywalker's official rookie card right
Okay.
here, which I think is awesome and hilarious that Luke Skywalker has a rookie card
Yeah.
from, what is it, 1977 Topps Star Wars right
The very
there.
first card from the original set.
Probably
Yeah.
the most sought after card in that set outside of C-3PO.
Is C-3PO ahead of Luke or behind Luke?
Depends on which one. There's
Yeah.
one that was kind of an error card of C-3PO that people is kind of sought after.
Okay.
And we have one in here that's the corrected version, but that one's much less sought after. But the Luke is definitely number one.
Yeah, I for years was chasing this guy right here,
Oh yeah, the speeder or
the original Luke,
oh yeah.
because
Hard
I was born in 1980. So then by the time I got into this, it's probably 4 years old. So by that time, that Luke was really hard to get because it had already moved on to Empire and Return of the Jedi Luke, which you could find easily.
Plentiful.
They put them in cereal boxes. No,
right.
I mean, like, they were just everywhere.
Readily available.
But that one, anytime, and the internet didn't exist, so anytime I walked into a place that had vintage Star Wars toys,
Looking for Luke.
my mom and I would just be like, all right, what do they got? What do they got? What do they got? What do they got? Never found one. Now he's there, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm 46 and married.
irrelevant,
I couldn't. If I walked into my house today with that, my wife would be like, why?
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, I've completed the set. Where are the other ones, genius? I'm like, all gone. All gone. All gone. So, okay, Bax, here's what I'm going to guess about you.
All right, man.
Okay, you are a big Star Wars fan, right?
yeah.
So, and Luke Skywalker rookie card, that speaks a lot. We have a bunch of different Lukes here in various, like, this is the end of Star Wars. Here's
Old Luke.
The Last Jedi.
We don't talk about that.
And all that. So I'm guessing that you are a person who can get excited about something, but also, because you seem very even keeled, is used to disappointment, because Star Wars has been like, there's not really a lot of middle ground. It's either they did it right or they dropped the ball.
Absolutely.
So you're used to disappointment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're fired up when they came out, though.
Yeah. You're probably also a pretty philosophical person, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right? Am I right on that? Like, you have an appreciation for different viewpoints, or you kind of listen to, because that's what Star Wars is about.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
opening yourself up to the Force and all that. Given your age, you probably didn't have to experience what Brent and I did as Star Wars fans when we were kids, which you had to live in almost secrecy. Even though it was the most popular movie in the world, if you were in a middle school or a high school, you didn't know about it. But you have lived in this world of where you can openly talk about Chewbacca
Acceptance.
and not worry, even if you're on the sports team, about getting plunked with a baseball. You never had to worry about that.
Sure.
See, so you've never, like, once walked into a Star Wars conversation and thought, I hope I don't get a wedgie.
No, that never did happen.
Never once. It happened to us.
Yeah.
I promise it happened to us.
Threats.
Yeah, threats. Like,
Life or death.
yeah, exactly. And now nobody judges you.
Yeah.
I mean, women, but still, yeah. But nobody. So, okay, I'm doing pretty good here. I'm doing pretty good.
we're doing all right.
Okay, we
It's part
have
of the comedy act.
we have one more. I am here with Kevin.
Let's go.
Kevin's got some very interesting tattoos, which have informed me a little bit about him, so I got maybe a jump on him. But your favorite thing, and this, I love this, is a Mo Collins autograph Parks and Recreation card.
That's correct.
Why Mo Collins, who's a brilliant comedian?
I was a huge Mad TV fan when I was a kid. I loved the character Lorraine. I loved Stewart's mom, and she played both those characters, and I have her tattooed on my arm right here.
There you go. So you have Lorraine there. She was great as the drunk public access host on Parks and Rec. Okay, so what does that tell me about you? One, you and I have a similar interest in sketch comedy. We appreciate sketch comedy. You liking Mad TV, I'm guessing above SNL, right? Above SNL, which means you're maybe, and you've got The Punisher and Underworld and Tim Burton stuff, which means you're maybe a bit more of a counterculture guy. Yeah, so like stuff like Monty Python probably speaks to you a lot, right? Monty Python. I don't know if you saw the Dana Carvey show ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Dana Carvey show. Did you, like, when it was on, there's two types of people. People who didn't get it and people were like, this is the most brilliant thing in the world. I'm guessing you're like me and thought it was brilliant.
I loved it.
Yes, Grandma the Clown is the funniest thing in the world. So you're kind of counterculture, a rebel. I bet you when it comes to the sports card stuff, the stuff that gets you most excited is the stuff that is like the most out of left field, right?
WNBA, F1, a lot of stuff. I love Bowman because you have to really play the long game with a lot of the prospects. I like some off-the-wall stuff that not necessarily everybody's into, but luckily we offer a lot of that stuff here for those type of collectors.
Yeah, so look, you could do Mo Collins and Nick Offerman, Ron Swanson himself, right there. One of the great television characters of all time, Ron Swanson. So there we go. Did I get Kevin? Nailed it. Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
I cannot, look, I should start a psychology business. Is that what they call it? Practice. They call it a practice, which is why I probably can't start one. All right. We have had a great time at Bankston Sports Cards. Come here. If you're in Waco, if you're not in Waco and close to Waco, come here. It's on Valley Mills Drive. Look, I'm not going to give you the address because you can look it up and we can put it on the screen, but Bankston's here in Waco is an amazing place. It's so much fun. And we'll probably come back and do more stuff like this again because Brent's always game to do something fun. This is a Sports Game Podcast with Paul Catalina. Please like and subscribe.